Hi everybody, welcome back to the Retro Ghetto, and today we've got my 20th pickups video.
What you know about Retro Ghetto? Collecting and playing retro. Street Fighter on the Nintendo. I'm a veteran at this, not a pro. Lock into the Retro Ghetto. Come and have a look around in the ghetto. We got Sonic and Staples settle. Lock into the Retro Ghetto.
Okay, so it's that time again. As I said, this is my 20th pickups video on the channel. So yeah, I've had a lot of stuff to the collection since I've been recording videos for YouTube in just over a year. And I don't even want to think about how much money's been spent. So we'll just concentrate on the good things of how many great things have been added to my collection. And I've got a load more great things to discuss today. I'm actually filming this a week before because I'll be busy this week as you're watching this, doing something very, very special for the channel. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you check in next week because I've got something that promises to be, as I say, very special. So without further ado, let's crack on. I've got a lot of stuff to get through as always. The first few things I've got are gifts. Viewers of the channel and people that I know have been very kind enough to give me things. I've never asked for anything from anybody. I've not got a PO box or any of that. But I always find it very humbling when people reach out to me and say that, you know, they've appreciated things but they're looking to move them on, and you know, they appreciate what I'm doing here and they just like to donate to the channel or to give back, and you know, really means a lot. So I don't want to mention any names because none of these people have asked me to shout them out, but they know who they are. I just want to say a massive thank you. So yeah, first things first, a chap reached out to me on Instagram who had this book, and he said that he'd read through it and he was looking to pass it on, and he thought I'd appreciate it having watched the channel. And that is Retro Gaming, a bite-sized history of video games. I love adding books like this to the collection. I don't get as much time as I would like to read books, I'll be honest with you. I don't find enough time to play my games. But yeah, I always think that one day when the time comes I'll flick through a lot of these books. But yeah, really nice book. I'll show some images on the video now of what's in here, but really appreciate that, so thank you, sir. And whilst we're talking about books, the manager extraordinaire at CEX, Minesh himself, he wanted to thank me for doing that video that I did on my favourite CEX store. Again, of course, I didn't expect anything in return. I was just telling the truth. But I went in there one day, as I do most weeks, for, just looking through the store, seeing what was in, and he surprised me with a couple of books that he know I'd like, and he obviously knows me well because he's got the Street Fighter Eternal Challenge book. So this was when it celebrated the 15th anniversary. Again, I'll show it on screen, but some absolutely beautiful artwork in this one. I love looking at the artwork of Street Fighter. I've said many times, I'm a huge fan of the franchise. I'm terrible at the games, but I think it's the artwork as much as anything else that really pulls me in with this franchise. So yeah, nice one, Minesh, appreciate that. And the next book he kindly gave to me was something that I actually pursued at one point because it was quite cheap, I think, in one of those cheap bookstores. Is it The Works or something? I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I got wind that this was being sold once upon a time really cheap, and I went around a few different stores trying to find it, but it sold out everywhere. And that's Playing with Power, Nintendo NES Classic, so the original. I love this. I love like the hardcover it comes in, shaped like the original NES cartridge, and then you've got this amazing book inside. And again, as you'll be seeing on screen now, just detailing so many of those amazing games that really started my passion and my love for gaming. Some of my earliest gaming memories in here. So yeah, Minesh, really appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, so next I've got another pile of things that was kindly donated by another viewer of the channel. We've struck up quite a friendship. We've been messaging quite a lot. He's actually from Poland, so he manages to get back to Poland every few months, and he says a lot of the games there are cheaper, and there's like a Polish eBay and things like that. So he sort of messages me quite frequently with things that he thinks I might be interested in that are cheaper to buy there than they are here. So I really appreciate that. But he sent me some stuff that he had in his collection they didn't want anymore. And yeah, I was really thankful to have been donated some of these. The first one is Dead Rising 2, but this is in like the nice steelbook version. So that was a nice addition. I'm going for as many collector's editions and steelbooks for this generation of consoles that I can get. So that was a fantastic addition. And also Shadow of Mordor, and this is an absolutely beautiful steelbook. So yeah, really happy to add that. And then he also sent me this, which I was really intrigued by. This is something that I feel like I'm going to play with sort of family and friends, maybe at Christmas. Let me know in the comments, guys, if this is something that you've played, because I'm really excited about this. It's called Seen It, And from what I can gather, it sort of comes with 4 remotes. So this is sort of like a virtual quiz game that you get like on TV, I assume, and then you have to like fastest finger first. That's how I imagine it to be. I've not actually done any research into it, but it certainly looks like something that I will really enjoy playing with friends and family, as I say, around the holidays. So, as I say, I know you don't want to be named, but I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. And the last thing you sent was something that I'm very intrigued by as well. I've spoken before about my love of the Street Fighter 2 original animated movie, including that Chun-Li scene. So he also sent me Street Fighter Alpha, the movie. I'm halfway through this. I'll be honest, I don't think it's as good as the Street Fighter 2 movie. But again, love the artwork, and I will finish this, and I'm enjoying it thus far. Listen, everybody that sent me things, there's not enough thank yous I can give you. So I'll just say it once more. Thank you. And before I forget, there's one more gift. I've hyped him up before on my channel, and he's got a shop on eBay, and he's also now got a Facebook page, and he puts out some amazing 3D printed products. So I'm going to put all the links in the description, so you guys need to get over there. It's fantastic price, and he does custom works. I know that Gibbo over at Gib84 Gaming, he had his logo created, as I've had with my Retro Ghetto logo. And yeah, he asked me if there was anything that I wanted as a thank you for sort of plugging his channel. And I asked him for a Wii U one, because I was going to go for a full set, so that would be nice on the shelf in the Retro Ghetto 3.0. He also did me the Sega Mega Drive one, which is just awesome. Sega Zombie might have his own one of these. And he also sent me this Spider-Man one, and my son loves Spider-Man at the moment as well, so that'll probably find its way into his room when he has got less heavy hands, shall we say. But Gavin, you're a gentleman. I appreciate it. And honestly, guys, make sure you go and check out his pages, because, yeah, amazing products at a good price. Okay, so now we're into the stuff that I've been buying this month. And as always like to show my toys and things like that first. The first one I wanted to show, as you guys know, I'm a massive Street Fighter action figure collector. And I managed to pick up this rare variant of Birdie. This is like the purple and pink variant. Now, it's not perfect. It's got a few missing pieces and a few damaged pieces, but I'm hoping that once I get all of my Street Fighter figures out of storage, that I'll have a few spare parts from my other Birdie figures. And I got this at such a cheap price that I really couldn't pass it up. It was like £13 posted, and as I say, this is quite a rare figure, this one. So yeah, happy to add that variant to my Street Fighter collection. And whilst we're talking about Street Fighter, this is a bit of a heavy hitter for me. You guys will know I'm a big Storm Collectibles Street Fighter collector. And one that I've been after for a long time is the Shin Akuma. So basically it's just Akuma, but with white hair and a few extra accessories, as you can see on the back. What I will do, because I've not had a chance to unbox it yet, I'll put in some view roll now of what this figure looks like, maybe put in some different poses for you guys, but it's an amazing figure. This was a 2018 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. One I've been wanting to add to the collection for a long time, so when I finally saw it for a good price on eBay, I had to snap it up, and yeah, really happy to add that to the collection. And the final toy is a Funko, but don't get me wrong, it's not a pop. Don't worry, don't turn off the channel. I know so many people are anti Funko Pops. Once upon a time I had a huge Funko Pop collection. I got in and got out at the right time, made quite a lot of money on them. Sort of got in before they really took off, so I had quite a lot of the rarer ones. And then when I decided it wasn't for me anymore, yeah, sold them for quite a sizable profit. So I don't have any ill feeling towards Funko Pops at all. If anything, I look at them with fondness, but I try and avoid buying them. But then they've released this new line, and this, look at this. I saw this in HMV. Obviously, it's Notorious B.I.G. I'm a massive Biggie fan. I'm a massive hip hop fan. And this is a really good quality figure. It's not like a Funko Pop. It's real solid. It's heavy. I'm hoping they'll bring out more figures like this. They do smaller, I think 7-inch ones, but I want, you know, go big or go home, right? So yeah, I'm hoping they'll bring out a 2-pack just so I can have like a couple of these figures for symmetry once I get enough room to put them up on the shelves. But yeah, I was really happy to add this guy to the collection, and it was like £22 at HMV, and I think that was a good price point for these. Okay, so there's a couple of more things I want to mention before I get into my games. I don't normally talk about film pickups, DVDs, Blu-rays, VHS or anything like that on this channel. If anyone's interested in that, let me know, and I can always do like a specialised, maybe a bonus video on some of my Blu-ray collection and things like that I've been buying. But the reason I wanted to talk about these is this one in particular, Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge. This is amazing. Honestly, I can't recommend this enough. I was blown away by it. I went to the cinema with a good friend of mine to watch the recent live-action Mortal Kombat film, and it wasn't great in my opinion. It was a bit of a B movie. It looked like they ran out of budget. It was alright, but I wouldn't recommend it. This was fantastic. So if you like that kind of thing, you like anime, you like blood and guts, you like fighting, who doesn't, right? Then yeah, make sure you check this out. A new one's very recently come out, so I'm looking forward to watching the sequel to this. So I figured after talking about that Blu-ray, I might as well just quickly go through the couple more that I picked up. One of my favourite films of all time. I managed to get it in CEX with the sleeve cover. It's really nice. Stand By Me. I love this. This is like the film of my childhood. I feel like when I hear people talk about their love they have for the Goonies and things like that, this is my version of that. This is something that's like a coming-of-age story. It's a proper Sunday afternoon film. I can't wait to watch it with my son, Retro Ghetto Jr., and hope that he loves it as much as I do. But yeah, I was just happy to pick this up and add it to the collection. My local charity shop does 3 DVDs for £1. You know what it's like, guys. People are just really trying to get rid of DVDs right in the minute. So I just had a quick look through, and there was 3 Marvel ones. And I just thought I couldn't really leave one on the shelf. I had a quick look, and I think this one is somewhat valuable. I think this sells for about £13 to £15 on eBay. But yeah, just nice to have these animated cartoons. When I finally get the Retro Ghetto 3.0 set up and I can get my big 32-inch Bang & Olufsen out again with a built-in DVD player, these are the sort of things that I want to be having on in the background. So yeah, that's it. Right, it's time to talk about some games. That's what we're here for, right? Okay, so I've got a few piles around me. So where to start? Should we go for Wii U? Let's do Wii U. You guys know that I'm going for a full set, so I've added another 4 Wii U games here, which is nice. First one is just pure shovelware, just one that I needed for the collection. Skylanders Imaginators, nothing more to say about that. And this next couple you will have seen me discuss on my last video, which was games to invest in, and that's Angry Birds Trilogy. And what is a heavy hitter, and it's becoming more and more of a heavy hitter, so if you haven't watched that video, please do. But that's Jet Tailfin. Really, really happy to add that. This is a game that a lot of people are searching for their Wii U collections. So yeah, very, very happy to have that ticked off the list. And another one which is increasing in price. I did loosely speak about a series of these games and how they're all holding their value. And that's the Amazing Spider-Man Ultimate Edition for the Wii U. Another one which I was happy to get off the list. This is currently 30 quid at CEX. So it's not a cheap game and it'll only be going up as well. So yeah, another nice one to add to the list. Okay, so the next 2 are charity finds. I have had a few charity shop finds. I found a really nice, I think it was a Nintendo DS bundle. I'll put it on screen now because I think I added it to my Instagram story, so I should still have that somewhere. But I'm not really a handheld collector, so I traded all that in CEX, got like £50–60 for that. So I use that for some of these things that you've seen in this video. But a couple of the games that I found at charity shops that I've kept for my collection. Extreme Dynasty Warriors 4, Extreme Legends, sorry. Never played a Dynasty Warriors game. I've played games of this type, but I've never played this one. I don't know if I ever will, but for £1.50, I figured I'd add it to the collection. I think CEX sold that for like 6 quid. And again, another one that I spoke about in my games to invest in video, Amazing Spider-Man. This is increasing all the time. I think it's currently 15 quid at CEX. Found that for £1.50. I was very happy to add that. Okay, so what next? I've got some really nice pieces to show. I'll probably save them for last. I've got some promo and yeah, we'll save that stuff for last. Should we do a bit of PS3? Yeah, let's do PlayStation 3. Another one that I spoke about last week, God of War Collection Volume 2. I love these games. I've been so blown away by how good these are. I don't want to go into too much detail because I'll be putting these on my games completed list, but I was shocked as to how good these games are. I was never, like I say, I'm not a handheld gamer, and I never really got too invested with the PSP. I had one, and I remember having Gran Turismo and a couple of other games, but these games are as good as, if not better than, the original God of War games. So yeah, I can't recommend Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta highly enough. Next one was, again, sorry, a charity shop find, and this was just something I didn't have. It's £1.50, and that is Ace Combat Assault Horizon. Again, these kind of games, let me know if you've played them in the comments, because I've never played them, and you need to let me know whether they should get bumped up my list of games to play next. This one was quite interesting. I found this in a crack converters, aka cash converters. I'd never seen this before. I checked on eBay. It's not particularly uncommon or valuable. I just never seen it, and I thought it was interesting. It's the Bureau XCOM Classified. But what I really liked was this sort of sleeve cover, like the sort of espionage, how it's like, you know, blacked it out as if it would like a top secret document. I just thought that was really cool. And it was like really cheap. It was like £1, £2, something like that. So I had a quick look online, and apparently it's not the best game. But yeah, I just thought it was a decent like novelty to add to the collection for such a low price. The next couple of games I picked up on a group that I've been sworn to secrecy. It's a Facebook group. Lee over at Retro Chef put me onto this and he told me not to tell anyone, so I can't share the information. But basically it's an auction group and games are going on there really cheap. I picked up Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. This is a game I actually spoke about in episode 2, I believe, of my games to invest in. So it's one of the few games I've mentioned that I didn't actually own. So yeah, it was nice to actually find this for a good price. I think I got this for like £9, which is a very good price for that. And then I also picked up a PlayStation 1 game, Donald Duck Quack Attack. This was £2, £2 posted. So yeah, there's some real bargains on that group. Word is spreading, so there's more and more people getting on that group. So there's more people bidding, but yeah, there's still some bargains to be had there. So appreciate it, Lee. Okay, got a couple of random pieces here. A couple of CEX finds actually. Command & Conquer Red Alert 3, as I said, it's for £3.50. I had some trade credit. I really enjoyed the Command & Conquer series when I was younger. I played them both on the PC and I think on the PlayStation 1. And they're just great games. They're just proper time wasters, right? I heard a quote the other day saying, time isn't wasted if you enjoyed wasting it. And that pretty much sums up Command & Conquer. So, yeah, Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. I think it's like got, yeah, you can change the cover art. That's something. And the next one I picked up was Injustice 2. And I picked this up because it's a nice steelbook with the sleeve cover. Really nice artwork on there. This was £5, so I couldn't leave it behind. I've had a quick play on it, and I've said before, because I love Street Fighter so much, I really struggle to deviate to other fighting games because I try and play them like Street Fighter. This plays quite slowly. I'm not giving it a bad review. I've not played it anywhere near extensively enough to do so. I couldn't quite get into it just because, yeah, it's just not Street Fighter. But nonetheless, a nice piece to have in my collection. And then another game that I spoke about last week, Trackmania. Man, I love this game. I'm enjoying playing this game so much. I can't believe how good the graphics are for a non-HD system. It's got a track editor. You'll be seeing the footage of it now, and it's as fun as it looks. So listen, CX have got this underpriced. Do yourselves a favour, check it out on my previous video if you haven't already. But get involved with Trackmania because this game, you know, word's spreading. Okay, so I think we'll do Nintendo Switch next. Then I've got a nice Game Boy game, and then we'll get to yeah. Let's just go, shall we? Right, so Nintendo Switch. Again, spoke about this recently. £8. I'll put the link in the description. Hopefully, there's still some in stock. I mean, you can't go wrong buying Starlink for £8, right? I've heard it's actually a really fun game. So yeah, that's that. And then I've heard a few people talk about this game, and that's Blasphemous. I bought it for the Switch because whenever there's a game that's not highly graphical, do you know what I mean? It's not like a AAA game where I'm going to be too concerned about the frame rate or the effects on the water. It's just like, you know, a bit of a retro aesthetic. I always buy it on the Switch. I love the portability of it and I enjoy collecting for the Nintendo Switch. I don't know why I said Nintendo so weird then. I enjoy collecting for the Nintendo Switch more so than any other modern console. So yeah, if it's released on cross-platform, I always pick it up on the Nintendo Switch if it makes sense to. And yeah, Blasphemous Deluxe Edition. Haven't put it in yet. I intend to start playing this very soon. I've heard good things. Again, let me know if you've been involved with this game. Right, okay, so talk about saving the best for last. I've got some really, really nice pieces here. A little bit out of reach, hold on. I don't have a vast Game Boy collection. I think you can maybe just see at the top there. I tend to only buy the bigger titles for it. I've got the Mario games, I've got the Pokemon games and that kind of thing. But this was a glaring omission from my collection, something that I've been wanting to add to my Game Boy set for some time now, but the price is just, it's crazy. But I finally managed to get one in decent condition at a good price, and that is The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening. This is complete, and there's just something about not only Nintendo cardboard, but gold Nintendo cardboard, right? I don't know, it's like crack to my eyes. So yeah, really, really happy to add this to the collection. I played through the Switch version last year or the year before. I didn't like it as much as everybody else did, but I'm a huge fan of the Zelda franchise, and yeah, just something that I felt like I needed to have in the collection. Right, okay, so that's deciding what to show you guys first. I've got a couple of promo pieces that I was really happy to add, and they're not like huge standees that I don't have room for. I found a couple of smaller pieces. First one is something that I had never seen before, and that is from the original Gears of War on the Xbox 360. As you can see, it's like a 3D mini standee. I really think this is a nice piece. I got this on eBay and I was surprised I won it for so cheap. I think I got it for like £35 posted. But yeah, I don't know if it's coming across well on camera. I might have to put some view roll in. but just such a nice piece. And these mini standees are so easy to display. So while space is a premium, or basically got too much stuff like I have, it's just really nice to have them of this size. An amazing game. I love the first 2 games especially. So yeah, very, very happy to add this to my promo collection. And then this next piece is something I've never seen before. As you guys know, I'm a massive God of War fan and a massive God of War collector. So there's a rule of thumb, when things like this come available, don't ask questions, just buy it. And yeah, I went with it. A shout out to the seller as well, you know, did me a good deal. And it came amazingly packaged. And this is like a mini standee for God of War 2 on the PlayStation 2. I've never seen this before. You don't see many promo pieces from that era anymore. And it's basically like a triangular piece. So it's got God of War, it's got the right in there. And then the piece that I like the most is this side. I've never seen that artwork before. Absolutely stunning. So that's the side that I'll sort of have on display. Really, really beautiful artwork. Looking at it, there's like little grooves in it. So it makes me think that either there was like a triangle that would sit in the top to complete it, or there might have been like another one of these for a different game and they could have sort of interlocked. I don't know, there's not much information online. I did manage to find another picture of one of these, but it was exactly the same. It didn't have anything on the top or bottom. But yeah, as you guys know, massive God of War fan. Really, really happy to add this to the collection. Okay, so I've probably saved the best for last. This is something that I've genuinely been hunting for probably 3 years, maybe longer. They don't come available in this country very often. I don't know if it was even released in the UK. If it was, it must have been quite low quantities, but I think it was towards the end of the console's life. There's a bit of a story behind it, but that is the God of War Ascension PlayStation 3 bundle. I mean, just, you know, I don't need to tell you how much of a God of War fan I am, but this is just such a hard console bundle to come across. And basically, there was 2 available for £150, which is a good price. One was with a few generic games, and one was without. And I messaged the guy. I was cheap. I tried to get it cheap, right? So I messaged the guy and said, "Oh, would you do any less?" And he said, "No, I think it's a good price anyway." And I said, "Oh, no worries, but somebody's selling one for the same price, but with some games." And I probably shot myself in the foot, right? Like I deserved it. He come back and he said, "Oh, that's a great price. I bought it." So I was like, "All right." So at this point, I was like, "Well, you've got 2 now. Do you want to just send me one, or sell me the box at least?" And he said, "Would you be interested in just the box?" And I said, "Yeah." Because I've got loads of the controllers. I've got about 3 or 4 of the God of War Ascension PlayStation 3 controllers, so I didn't need that. And he did me a really good price. I think it was like £25. So yeah, at some point I need to find a super slim white PlayStation 3. They're not overly common, but you can find them. So yeah, I'm going to add that to it at some point. I've already got the controller. I've already got the Steelbook edition of the game, which I think is what it came with. So yeah, very, very happy to add that. Just a beautiful piece for the shelf and a beautiful piece for a God of War collector like myself. Okay, so that's another pickups video, my 20th on the channel. It's about 11 o'clock at night. I'm filming this a week before because, like I say, I'm up to something. All will be revealed next week. But yeah, make sure you tune in. Next week's going to be something special. But yeah, really, really happy with a lot of the things that I've added to the collection over the last few weeks. Now I can put all this stuff on the shelves and keep it moving, because these sort of pile up, they really do. But anyway, I appreciate everybody that's taken the time to watch. But let me know, what of this collection have you played? Is there anything that you would advise that I put higher up on my games to playlist that you've seen me show today? And what do you think was the best thing I found? But as always, thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. Keep it retro, play your games. Peace out.
Retro Ghetto.